Today, we're going to be talking about 10 small things that are really game changers when it comes to saving time here in Sweden. First thing on my list is a system called Pant. Pant just means the recycling of all your cans and plastic bottles. Now, all of your drinking cans like Cokes and Sprites and all of these bottles that you buy home. The system here in Sweden is when you actually buy them at the grocery store, you pay 1 krona for each of the cans that you buy or bottles that you buy. Some of the larger bottles you pay a little bit more. The idea is that once you're done with them, that you collect them and you come and recycle all of them. So we've got these recycling machines. Now, when I first moved to Sweden, you had these recycling machines where you had to put one at a time in and it would scan it. It's got a barcode on each of those cans and it'll scan the can and it will add in 1 krona. And once you've finished with everything, it just adds everything up and you can use that shit and the money that you've collected to go and pay for your groceries. Some people add it to the groceries, some people take it in cash. It's really up to you. I give it to my kids as some pocket money, so it's really fun for the children as well. But nowadays, in recent times, we've got these really big barrels, these machines that are like huge barrels. You put all of your Coke cans all at once and they sort of spin around. It's really fun to see and it scans all of your cans, gives you the total amount immediately. So I love that system here in Sweden. Number 2 is the fact that you can do your taxes digitally here in Sweden. Now, for a lot of people, doing your tax returns every single year can be a very stressful thing, especially if you're not used to doing your tax returns, you don't know what you're doing. If you're like me, you're not good with numbers, it can really be very, very stressful. But here in Sweden, everything is done so easily because it's all automated. And by the click of a button, you just need to go in, just check that all your details are done and correct. And then you just sign with your bank ID, which makes everything so convenient. Now, this is obviously for most people in Sweden, but you do get people who have their own businesses, who buy and sell shares. If you do any of those extra things, you have to be very careful. Sometimes you have to add those in, but there's also a system on Skatteverket that help you calculate all of these things. So there's a lot of systems in place to make your tax returns really easy. And for most people in Sweden, it is just a case of going in and signing your tax documents. And once it's done, you either get some money back or you get told that you need to pay some money. It's really a very simple process doing your tax returns here, and it saves you so much time. The third thing on my list is the queuing system here in Sweden. Now, it is a running joke that Swedes like to queue here in Sweden, which is true. And I love that system because it really makes everything convenient. So it's not what you would generally think. Now, basically what you need to do when you're going to a queuing system, you need to go out. It's a roll of paper on a machine, the machines that they had before. And then you would pull out a little slip of paper. It would give you a number, 200 or 300 or whatever it was. And then you've got a screen on top that will get your number. So once you see your number assigned to you at the top, that means it's your turn and then you go for it. Now, it happens when you order food at places like Burger King or McDonald's. It happens at the pharmacy. It happens when you're picking up parcels. It happens at the doctors sometimes. So it really is a great system, a queuing system. Nowadays, we have these sort of automated systems. You just go in and press. So you get a paper slip out of there, or sometimes it gets sent to your phone. Obviously, Sweden is becoming a lot more digitalized, even more than it actually is. But it really is a great system and a very simple system for everybody to do. Just no problems and there's no who came first and you're taking my turn. It's just a little chip. You've got your number on it and you just patiently wait your turn. It's a great queuing system here and it really is something that saves you so much time. Another thing that saves you a lot of time is dropping and picking up parcels. Now, there's a lot of online sales going on here in Sweden. I do it myself. I sell things. I buy things. We buy a lot of secondhand on Vinted. So selling things is so much easier because you just pack everything up and then you go and drop it off. And when you're picking up, you've got these sort of self-assigned boxes. And when you have to pick them up, they send you the time and place when the parcel is in the box, and you've got all your details on your phone, and you go in with your code, you add in your code to the box, and the box seamlessly opens up and you take out your parcel. It is really, really convenient and is an easy way to, buy and sell online. These boxes are usually for when you are actually picking up a parcel, but it really is a game changer and it saves you so much time. So I really love this system as well here in Sweden. Next thing I want to talk about is changing your address. Changing your address here in Sweden. Now, I have to say, I am not privy to how it is in other countries. I've changed my address twice here in Sweden, and I can tell you that in Sweden, it is so seamless. And because Sweden does a lot of these things digitally and they are so easy to do here in Sweden, I'm just assuming on this video that Sweden is one of the easiest countries in which to change your address. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody watching, and I'm sure a lot of Scandinavian countries do this. You just go in, you write your new address, and at the click of a button, it's sent out to everybody, including all of the shops, as well as your dentist and your doctors, and everybody gets your address. And it really is fun to see some of these places like Ica Maxi and the candy stores. They send you these pamphlets with a little gift, like telling you you can have 50 krona off your next shop, welcoming you into the area. It is so easy, so seamless, and I love that system in Sweden. I don't have to go anywhere and do any paperwork or anything like that. I just go in on my computer to the relevant department and I change my address and it's done. Very seamless and saves you so much time. Next is the self-scanning system here at the grocery store. I absolutely adore this system because it really saves me a lot of time, and I'm sure a lot of countries do this, but there are three options. You can do it the conventional way. You buy everything, put them on the belt, and the cashier checks you out, or you could scan your own things here in Sweden. There is a little place you go in and you scan your things and you pay for it. And then we also have a self-scanning option. It is a little sort of gadget that you pull out, you swipe your ICA card or whatever card that's attached to your grocery store, and it blips up with your name. You take it out, and while you're shopping, you can scan each of the products and put them directly into your shopping bag. It saves you so much time, especially if you're doing a really big shop. So sometimes if I'm doing a big monthly grocery haul and I'm shopping, I will definitely use this, because otherwise taking everything off the cart and putting back in. Now with the self-scanning, you're only allowed to do 10 items, but this way you can do a big shop, and once you're done with it, you add it back into one of those slots. Then you go into one of the machines that gives you two options. You click on the correct option with the little gadget that you do your scanning with. And once you click on that, it will give you everything. You can just pay there. And while you're shopping as well, the little scanner will obviously give you your total as and when you go along, which is really great because, say, for example, you had 1,000 krona for your budget this week or this month, and then you were able to see how much and put back, and you can scan things, and if you make a mistake, you can scan it back so that you put it back on the shelf. So it really is a great, very convenient system, and I really love that system at ICA Maxi because it saves me so much time. It helps me just run in and out really, really quickly. And of course, I could use the conventional way, and sometimes people talk about these machines sort of taking away certain jobs, and I agree. I'm not an expert at all of those things, but I do find personally, for me as a person going in to do my shopping, sometimes in a rush, sometimes I have more time. I think these options that we have here in Sweden are really great and very, very good at saving you so much time. Cashless payments. Now, I've spoken about this in a video I did a few months ago, but cashless payments in Sweden, I absolutely cannot live without it. I think it saves us so much time. If I go to add up all of the time I would spend exchanging cash and getting my change and putting my change in my wallet, it cuts all of that out when I just need to use my card. And obviously you can do this everywhere in the world. What makes it so good here in Sweden is that even a small little ice cream truck that just turned up to sell ice cream over the summer months also takes card. It is also cashless. You don't need to pay. You've got Swish, you've got your card, and it is just amazing. They take almost all sorts of cards. Even these small companies, they have American Express, they've got MasterCard, they take your bank card. You can pay, like I said, with Swish. It is such a convenient system here. You don't have to worry about carrying a big wallet and having change way up your bag. And also, it's just so much easier. The only problem I have with it is that children nowadays don't have a very tangible idea of how much they're spending. I do like to use money when I'm teaching my children how to spend, or they're taking money to spend. But most people here, even for their kids, they do Swish as well as card payments, and it really is a cashless system. But I have to say, I mean, it is hands down one of the most convenient things here about living in Sweden, is that I don't need to worry about having cash. And finally, this one for me is a really big one. It's getting a passport. As a Sri Lankan, I know how excruciating it can be sometimes to go and get your passport. It's got a lot of red tape involved. You've got to take a lot of documents and your photographs and all of your translations. And it really, well, from when I was a little girl, it was just such a hassle to get your passport. It still is. It's still such a process. It's not anything that anybody looks forward to in a place like Sri Lanka, because it can take you sometimes several hours, if not up to an entire day. Now, if you want to get your passport really quickly as well, everybody has to come into Colombo, and it's just quite cumbersome. It really is one of the most excruciating things I can think of to do in a place like Sri Lanka. But in Sweden, you can get your passport done most often in all of 10 minutes. It is so seamless. And I want to know in the comments below, if you've made it this far in the video, let me know. Have you ever thought about how difficult and how much red tape goes into getting a passport in certain countries? Or did you think that most countries getting a passport was as easy as it is in Sweden? Now, I'm not talking about people who are getting their citizenships and all of those things. I'm talking about being a Swede, brought up here, and getting your first passport. It's as simple as pie. You go to the police station, your local police station, you make an appointment at the police station that does your passports. You go there, you take out this little chit, you wait for your number patiently, queuing like a proper Swede. And once you're done with that, you go up to one of the booths and they take your photograph, your height, all of your information. It has your personal number. So everything comes up. It takes your biometrics. It takes your fingerprints. Everything is done. And in all of 10 minutes, it takes for them to finish everything. And you do your signature as well. All of it is done and you're out of there. And they give you the passport. Usually it comes within a couple of weeks. Sometimes it can take longer if they've got a real backlog. But the system it's just mind-boggling to me as a Sri Lankan who's suffered with this for so many years. It is really, I was so shocked when I first realized how you got a passport here in Sweden, because I was never used to it being something so easy. Losing your passport, even if you're in Sri Lanka, is like something that you won't do. You treat your passport like gold. But here in Sweden, I mean, not everybody puts their passports in their safe. They keep it in their drawer. I mean, nobody really cares about it because you don't think about it. You just can get a new passport very easily. It's not a lot of drama. So I think that's a really great, and it saves you so much time. Now, I want to preface these as my opinion and my perspective. So do correct me if I'm wrong, if you've had problems getting your Swedish passport. And like I said, I'm not talking about being a immigration or anything like that. I'm just talking about generally applying for your passport. I hope this video has been interesting. I'm up in the north, so I'm in the bedroom upstairs in the north of Sweden. So I don't have my usual set, but I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. And for those of you who subscribed last week, and for those of you watching my videos regularly, and for your amazing comments, my heartfelt thanks. I am so thrilled that you're watching, and please, any suggestions, any ideas on videos, I am all for it. One of you wrote to me and did give me an idea for a video that's coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for being here. And with all that said, I hope you found this interesting. Like always, comment, dispute anything down below in the comment section, but just keep it nice and clean. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.